Well, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Folarin. Hope we meet you well. Okay, by now you would have heard that the APC National Working Committee has actually come up with the names now, the consensus arrangement that they have, and so they've sort of, zoned the offices, as they see fit. So by now we have the suggestions of the NWC for the Senate President and the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Indeed, for the Deputy Senate President as well as the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives. Okay, today we'll concern ourselves with the House of Representatives. There's been a lot of interest on those two offices. By now you would have realized that, now the South-South has gotten that slot. The South-South got rid of Pabio, former governor of Akwa Ibom State. He's the choice, the preference of the National Working Committee of APC for the Senate President, and Tajuddin Abbas from Kaduna. That's the Northwest. The zone there is to the Northwest. It's South-South for the Senate President, Northwest for the Deputy Senate President. Then, but we'll look today at the speakership. The APC National Working Committee has suggested Tajuddin Abbas from Kaduna State will be the House of Reps Speaker, and his deputy is going to be Honorable Ben Carlo of the Southeast. Now, our guest is a legislator, a National Assemblyman, and we'll talk about, just this subject matter. Honorable Bashir Zubairu Usman is the member representing Birnin Gwari Giwa Federal Constituency in Kaduna State. A fine morning to you, Honorable. Okay, I guess we're sorting out one or two things, so here's a prepared report for now.
The much-awaited zoning for the 10th National Assembly is out. Before now, the several aspirants for principal positions have lobbied and made consultations across the country. While others made cases for different regions, others believe it should be thrown open. The list released by the party, they also say, confirms the stance of the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The party not only zoned the positions, but also came up with a consensus list.
Of the meetings held between the President-elect and the leadership of the NWC. The NWC called for further and better consultation with necessary stakeholders in order to assure the support of the aspirants to the National Assembly leadership positions and members of the party nationwide. The zoning arrangement reported to the NWC is as follows. Senate, 1. Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, Kaduna. For Deputy Speaker, Southeast, Honorable Ben Carlo Abia. We urge our party leaders, members, and all Nigerians to continue to work for the peace and progress of our country during and beyond the current period of leadership transition. Signed.
It is expected that all party members will conform with the party's position. June 13 is tentatively the inauguration day after the presidential proclamation. Habida Lawal, TVC News, Abuja.
Genuine business people desirous of success in today's environment ignore the taxman only at their own peril.
Under the oversight of this board, The FIRS will continue its transformation into a premier revenue collecting agency.
For up-to-date and accurate information on your obligations, duties and rights under the various tax laws in Nigeria, watch Tax Matters on TVC News Thursday 6:30 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
The TVC News at 7 and the TVC News at 10 are not like any other news broadcast.
It's the big news hour, the hour for the big breaking stories.
We've got some of the best reporters on the field,
Taking you through as it happens.
It's fast-paced, hard-hitting,
With investigations that matter.
bringing in news that affects your life.
With sport, entertainment and business news so you don't miss a thing.
Experience resourceful coverage with depth.
Every night.
Okay, welcome back. Let's try again. Honorable Bashir Zubairu Usman, he is the member of the House of Representatives that is our guest this morning. He represents Buhari Giwa Federal Constituency in Kaduna State. A fine morning to you, Honorable.
Good morning.
My name is Yori Folarin in studio here. We'll be together for the next hour or so. Now, the National Working Committee yes, our pleasure. So, the National Working Committee of your party has come up with its formula, otherwise known as a sort of a zoning arrangement, as was announced yesterday. And not everybody will be happy, but then everybody, because there are so many contestants. Can you give me your overview? This is the way it is because we're hearing that some people who might have thought that they should be in the race and that the party has decided not necessarily so. There have been words at the moment of, what we're going to do is that we're still going to vie for the position. So give me your overview as a party man on the announcement yesterday of the National Working Committee.
Well, Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. It's not
Honorable.
Yes. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, actually, the zoning position of our party, the APC, I think is contrary to the wishes of the members-elect of the 10th National Assembly. Let me draw you back a little. Before this zoning, the National Working Committee is supposed to meet with all these candidates to discuss the issue of the zoning and also at the same time to call all the members of the APC family to discuss the issue of the zoning together with them. This is not zoning. This is personal interest and this is appointment. And in democratic system, we cannot be able to accept appointment because those that they are calling themselves as a members of the National Working Committee, we give them our mandate first before they have given us their mandates. And we have been given our mandates by our people from the various constituencies. And I believe that before I started this, talking about the leadership of the House, if not, the standing order of the House deny me that I'm just coming as a first-timer in the National Assembly, I could have contested for the office of the Speaker too. And despite the fact that we are 360, almost 7, as a members of the National Assembly, We lost one of our colleagues from Jalingo. And also we are thinking that the party will exercise patience to take this matter carefully and look at the way and manner that will give a sense of direction to the government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu. And presently what we are seeing is that majority of the party leaders are not trying to help the government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu to succeed in the next 4 years, because National Assembly is different from being an executive office. I have led a State House of Assembly in Kaduna State. I was once a Speaker of the Kaduna State House of Assembly. I know how I suffered to manage the honorable members, talk less of managing 367 or 68 members of the National Assembly. And when you look at this election that took place, this 2023 election is different from the election that we have been conducted from 1999 to date. Now we have not less than 9 to 10 political parties have a representative in the House. We have almost 160 something, while the APC, PDP, ABGA, ANPP, and other political parties have almost 180 members or 86 members. The PDP doesn't have, the APC doesn't have the 2/3 majority like before in 2015 and 2019. Presently, I want to tell you that we are not in support of that, and to call for the National Working Committee of the party to withdraw that statement so that they should allow us to elect our leaders who we think they are competent to lead our House and to lead the 10th Assembly. The new members are almost 260 to 200 yes, almost 260. How did you expect that we will sit down and look at somebody who even doesn't know the exactly members of the House of Representatives? I came from Kaduna State, but this person that they are nominating, I don't know even that he's contesting. Why can't they be able to appoint?
Speaking
After all,
about
this is democracy.
You're speaking about Tajuddin Abbas, the NWC nomination.
Yes, yes.
You say
yes,
you
I
hardly
don't
know
that
him
he's
yourself.
even contesting this. I know him, but I don't know that he's contesting. He have never called me or he have never met with me. We come from the same state. So automatically, the members of the Kaduna State House of Representatives, almost out of the 16 members, 15 of us, we don't know that he's even contesting.
Well,
so how can they? We are not under a military junta. We are not under a military regime. This is democracy. And we are going to elect our leader, inshallah. And the leader that will carry the national, the House of Representatives to the right direction. And that person is, you have seen his, what do you call it, declaration yesterday. All the members, even the speaker, the deputy speaker, the majority leader, members that they are, those that they are contesting the election with him, they are all there. So please, we are calling on the National Working Committee of our party, please, to exercise patience, to allow us, the National Assembly, to lead us, to elect a person who is going to lead us, so that we can be able to have a 10th National Assembly that we can be able to work with Ahmed Bola Tinubu successfully. Even those people that they are emphasizing, they are thinking, they wanted to impose those candidates. Even if they are close to Bola Tinubu, they are not loving Bola Tinubu because they want him to fail. If there is crisis, rancor all the time in the National Assembly, we will not have what we want. We will not have good views. We will not have right to do what our people want. So please, they should look at it. This is Nigeria. It is not personal interest. It is not an issue of 10 to 15 people to come down, to sit down and decide on the fate of the country. Well, please, we want to unite this country. And the only place that we can be able to unite this country by bringing members all together to work with this gentleman that been elected by the popularity of Nigerians.
Okay, so you've just, voiced your reservation, let me put it delicately like that, of the choice of the NWC of Tajuddin Abbas from Kaduna State, like yourself, but you say that it's not that you don't know him, but you do give the impression that you hardly even have spoken. And I mention this because the spokesperson for the party, when he was releasing this news, had said that these conclusions had been arrived at, these consensus positions had been arrived at after consultation within the party with stakeholders, and had then said that he was actually in favor of further consultation. So I don't know if your reservation, for instance, and if there are any other people like that, within the APC fold, maybe this further consultation that was recommended yesterday might be able to take care of that so that there will actually be consensus. Or is it your point of view that the executive, because you're speaking about the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he will be representing the executive? Or are you saying that they should have no hands in it because it's our thing, it's a different tier of government, let us discuss among ourselves and let us come up with our own leadership? Where are you exactly?
Well, let's do justice to our president-elect, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, because I believe he's not even in the country when this decision has been taken. And the issue presently is that even the deputy speaker, who is also a member of the National Working Committee, was not invited to this meeting. 3, all the members that are contesting for the office of the speaker, almost 12 of them, none of them has been consulted. 4, they are supposed to call the APC family to discuss this matter. So I don't think that if they are talking about zoning, it's the same party who broke the zoning system. When the chairman of the party came out directly during the primary election, said that they wanted to, or they nominated the Senate president as the presidential candidate. This is what happened. And at the same time, if they are still talking zoning, if it is just because of justice and fairness, they should not take the deputy Senate president to the Northwest again. So what justice is that?
Because I don't know what your thoughts are.
If they are talking, let me come, please. If they are talking about zoning, we don't have zoning. Even the PUD party has cancelled their own zoning because Atiku has contended with the rest of the other candidates that came from the South. So we are not talking about zoning. We are talking about competency. We are talking about people who can carry this 10th assembly to the right direction. And we believe he cannot do that. And if the party wants us to comply with what they have said, they are supposed to call us and sit down with us. When we are campaigning, there is no any National Working Committee leader that follow us to our virus constituency. We work. And we bring this party to the government.
Okay. Now I
It is not an issue of 2015, 2019. This is 2023.
Okay, I understand you better now.
How the election goes.
I understand you better now that you've expanded a bit on this subject matter. But is this still open? Because, as I said, the spokesperson of your party yesterday was saying that consultations would be continuing. And, by the way, you had said that the president-elect was not in, according to you, when these decisions were reached. But I also read somewhere else that this declaration now from the party seems to be following what has been referred to as the zoning intentions of the president-elect. So, do you have an issue with that? Because I've heard you say that...
No. I know. If the president-elect have anything to do with this, I believe that he's a Democrat. He's a real Democrat. He knows he wants to rule his government successfully. He doesn't want to have chaos and any commotion within the 4 years that he have in his own administration. Bola Tinubu is a very, very experienced and talented person who I believe that he believes in the rules of law. And democratically, by the standard and the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria, we don't talk about zoning. Either a Christian or a Muslim, if anybody who we believe that can lead this country, to unify this country, we are his welcome. we shouldn't be able to continue playing the same game that we are playing, destroying our country and destroying ourselves and destroying the electorate who give us the mandate.
Okay. Let me bring in a viewer. Mazi Okoroafo in Arochukwu has called in. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you very much for calling in.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, I guess. You see, this issue of the consultation, you take our politics now, talk to take-home assignments. Take-home assignments in the sense that I think the rightful thing for the House of Rep, and even the Senate that they say that the House of Rep we are talking now as the issue now. Can't they wait when they are going to agree to do their own work? By that time now, they now decide. Because if you look at the hierarchy of the zoning permutation, not central to be coming in on this level. I think the speakership of House of Reps should go to North Central to balance the equation presently. Now, if you go to North Central, we don't need to talk about political party or not, because if you check well now, the record shows that opposition party are leading. Now, does it mean that in Nigerian politics, the opposition party cannot come up with all these posts? Because we have turned the politics as if it is a game of luck or a game of just recite this. Look, we have to move to balance the equation to make the politics sweet. Seeing the fact that as far as the Gabon is there, anybody coming on, whether it's from the opposition party, must be at least a man or woman with full integrity and one that is ready as a technocrat. Why people are clamoring for all this is, one, because of the committee, chairman and that committee member, the juicy industry or the duty department or juicy agencies. That is why you see all the politicians clamoring that my candidate must be there, so that they will get chairman of juicy industry, juicy agency. That is all. Because if the juicy industries or juicy agencies are not there, you will not see people clamoring for all these things because of the chairman of social committee. That is why I call our politicians that Nigeria is our country. We have seen what happened in Sudan, and it's still boiling every day, boiling. Let us sit down and keep religion, tribe, or myself, or another aside. Face the reality of life. I have to make Nigeria move on. You see how well, you see how Garen, see how light up to today, everything is there. The honorable members think positively that we are going to National Assembly to make sure that everything balanced. Not every day we're carrying chairs and lockers and everything and fights between one another. No. We don't want. We want people that have what? Technocrats to be there. Good morning, Master Crapo. Good morning.
Thank you very much for calling in, Mazi.
Thank you very much.
Arochukwu. Now, Honorable Bashir, right now, the way the party has laid it out, Northwest, the slot for Northwest, the Tajuddin Abbas from Kaduna, like yourself, is Northwest. Then the Deputy Speaker has been zoned to the Southeast, talking about Honorable Ben Kalu. Since there's so many parameters that have to be juggled and balanced, everybody's talking about fairness, equity, inclusiveness, yet there are just the 4 positions in the first instance. There are many other very senior offices in the National Assembly. Just the Senate President, Deputy Senate President, the Speaker, Deputy Speaker. So in the case of the House of Representatives that we're talking about now, let the Speaker go, seems to be what the party say, let the Speaker go to the Northwest and the Deputy Speaker to the Southeast. So what would be your commentary on that particular, scheduling in terms of fairness, equity,
please, whoever you see in the National Assembly, I believe he's matured enough to understand the situation of this country and to understand if you are in politics not for a long period of time, you should know why and how politics of Nigeria is being played. Let me take you a little bit back. When government wanted to impose speakers in the National Assembly, at the end of the day, what happened? None of them has succeeded. And if they say that they want to try this and impose or appoint anybody they want, okay, they will see what is going to happen, because I don't think that he will last. That is exactly what happened to Ite. And the same thing they have done when they wanted to make Tambol as a speaker. What exactly happened? They don't want Tambol to be a speaker. What exactly happened? Tambol members elected Tambol, and they cannot do anything. And the same thing with Dogara. And the same thing, they wanted to repeat the same thing, because no member, almost, let me tell you something. In our own group that we are working on, we have already get the number to make a speaker already. And we are going to make the speaker, inshallah. But the fact that we want is that we want somebody who can unify Nigeria and unify the members of the National Assembly. When you unify the members of the House of Representatives, I believe you unified Nigeria. And we are going to take care of everything. And when you are talking, let's take Bajamila. The vice president came from the from the southwest. The same state in Lagos and the same state, they voted Bajamila because they want Bajamila to lead that house. So why is it that today they are bringing issue of zoning? Please, we have to be just. We have to understand that this is a country that whereby when you people are elected, they know the mandate they have been given from their own people. And two, the National Working Committee are not the people who are going to sit down in the chamber. They are not the same people who are going to make the laws for Nigerians. We are the one who are going to make the laws for Nigerians. And the same people who are going to checkmate the executive. And we are the same people who are going to make sure that our people are working towards the right direction and the government is moving towards the right direction for the interest of Nigeria. We are having serious problem of security. When I was campaigning, bandits, I have been encountering with bandits, so many places. And at the end of the day, not any member of the National Committee was there. So I'm not important when a decision or such kind of decision is taken.
Okay, let me bring on another.
So just because I was being elected under an umbrella of a party, so when you are talking now, you will look at it that the majority of the party, or if now PDP or any other party wanted the coalition of the minority party wanted to come up with a candidate, I believe they can succeed. They can take the advantage of the crisis within our own party.
Let me bring in a caller. A caller has been waiting on the line. I wanted you to land. Good morning to you, Ada in Jos.
Ada, calling from Jos Patricia. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello to the Honorable Bashir. Mr. Yori, my problem is not they are zoning it to the south or to wherever. The problem now is this idea of microzoning to human beings. You know, that's the individuals. That's a terrible arrangement, you know. When they zone it to the south, if there are other people from that zone that want to contest, let them throw it open to them. That this idea of microzoning to a human being, an individual. That means now, before you know it now, it will be dollarized. You know, we don't learn, you know. And then, you know, unless they're going to go, if it is, not going to be open secret or whatever, you'll be surprised that since there's a lot of bad blood, some of the APC members might even protest, you know, vote in protest. So it will backfire. So let them do a lot of conversations and let it be thrown open to that particular zone instead of microzoning to an individual. That's my take on the whole issue, honestly speaking. It's really unfortunate we are going the way we are going. But if it is the south or whatever, no problem as far as I'm concerned. But microzoning to an individual is what I am against.
Okay.
Let's not give about Nigeria.
All right. Thank you very much for calling in, Ada. Our Honorable Bashir Zubairu Usman, we'll take a break now. I know you might want to comment on that. So we'll come back. There won't be any interruption, and we'll continue with the program. Stay with us, please. We'll be right back.
Politics is defined as getting what, where, when, and how. But in the mix, many things come to play to shape the political fortune of any country.
Mr. Honorable Minister, how you misinform the public?
From the political actors to the electorate, campaign to voting, from debates to policy decisions, big events happen to engage us in constant conversation.
That's what we're looking for. Not some people who are talking about ethnicity. No.
Who is on your mind?
Don't worry.
Join me every day on Politics Tonight, where we dissect issues that shape our political destiny. Politics Tonight, weekdays on TVC News.
Okay, welcome back. And the National Working Committee of the ruling APC has zoned the principal office of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, has zoned that to the northwest. And it's also zoned the Deputy Speaker to the southeast. Now, the last caller before we went on break, Ada, who called in, says she doesn't have any problem with that. And, you know, she doesn't have any problem with that, but what she referred to as micro-zoning, attaching a name to it so that for the speakership of the House of Representatives, in particular, Tajuddin Abbas from Kaduna State is the preferred candidate of the National Working Committee. And for the Deputy Speaker that has been zoned to the southeast, Honorable Ben Kalu is the preferred candidate. So, Honorable Bashir, the speaker, the person who called in had said that she was okay with zoning if that's a sort of an arrangement, but where she sort of stops off is micro-zoning it and specifying a particular person. Is that in tandem with the way you are thinking too?
Yes, what we are thinking that the National Working Committee will do, even if they are going to make it as a zoning or whatsoever they are calling it, they are supposed, at least they should make it clear that we have almost 3 candidates they are contesting for this office of the Speaker from the Northwest. Have they assessed them? Have they asked the members of the APC that who among them is preparable? If they wanted to do justice, why is it that just they nominated that we are under military junta? We are not under military junta. This is democracy. And by the Constitution, we are supposed to elect our leader, not the party to elect our leaders. It is issue of that we come from the APC. Yes, we agree we are members of the APC. But the reality is that Jaji came from the APC from the Para State. We have also Sada Soli, also from Katsina State, from APC. All these candidates, and also Tajuddin, why didn't they call them and sit down with them, and still they are contesting? So if they say that they want to zone, the simplest way to zone this, yes, the simplest way to zone this matter is that they should take it south-south, north-north, then allow us to do what is right. And I believe that at that time, we believe that the party agree with us and take us as one.
Okay. All right. Mr. Lukman in Ghana. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Thank you for calling in. Good morning.
Yeah. I want to talk to the Honorable. You know, we've had President from Southwest, Vice President from the Northeast. The National Assembly, the other...
Just as he was going to continue with his analysis, he didn't get past the President and Vice President. He was going to give his impression, I'm sure, of how the other...
I believe that he wanted to talk about saying that the President come from the Southwest, the Vice President come from the Northeast, and also thinking of what the zoning, so-called zoning they have said, is coming from the South-South. What I believe is that is what he wanted to talk about. And let me throw him back. Why is it Bajamila was being elected and the Vice President at the same state? So we cannot be able to start talking about issue of zoning at the end of this day. When the president was contesting the primary election, the governor of Jigawa has already purchased from and contested with him. The same thing with the governor of Kogi State. The same thing, the party directed Ahmed Lawal to go and purchase a phone to contest with the president-elect at that time. So what is zoning? The same MWC, they have bring the problem of the zoning. If care is not taken at that time, Tuola Tinubu cannot emerge as a presidential candidate of the party and also to be elected as a president-elect.
Okay. Now, I want to refer back to the announcement that was made by the spokesperson for APC, who said that white consultations were held. You give me your impressions on that statement, but that they would continue to be held, even though they've announced these names.
Then it's wrong.
I don't know.
You see, let me tell you something. It's unacceptable. That is not democratic. That is not democracy.
Well, if it's coming from the official organ of the party, this is no more a matter of opinion of party members. Just where is the line?
Yeah, it is opinion because we are all stakeholders. Without us, they cannot make the government.
Okay, because I was going to ask where the line actually is between normal conversation and engagement and that which parties sometimes term anti-party activities by speaking publicly.
Let me tell you, this is not party activity. This is not anti-party activities, because we work for the government to be elected. None of the National Working Committee members was in my constituency when Bola Tinubu has won in my constituency. I moved around for my 22 wards. All of those wards, they are under control of bandits. And that is how we scale through and to make sure that Bola Tinubu has won election there. Where is all the members of the National Working Committee? Look at what happened to the party. We lost.
All right. Honorable, we've been rejoined by Lukman in Ghana. Thank you, Lukman, for calling back in. Go ahead now.
Thank you, Uncle. Okay, thank you, Yori. The point I'm trying to make then was that every government will work differently. And now we have executive and we have the legislature. I want to ask the Honorable, is it fair enough to have two persons from one region from the four top National Assembly leadership? We have a deputy president from Northwest and speaker from Northwest. What is the fate of the people from the North Central, which they deliver massively for APC as well? I think we should try to bring this country together, and we should be able to make unity among ourselves. I know politicians always have their way to always have a statement to justify the previous government or previous leadership of Assembly, because I saw Honorable making reference to Right Honorable Brigadier Milan, Vice President Yemi Oshibadu. If it works the other way around, we shouldn't allow that. Now that the president is Southwest, Vice President is Northeast, the remaining four regions should share the top four leadership of the National Assembly, and there will be peace. Even the incoming government as well will have a peace, and there will be a cordial relationship between the National Assembly and the executive. We should try to look beyond our interest or the region interest. We should look at how can we unite that nation, and the two arms of government will be able to work for the interest of Nigeria. No matter the policy that Ashwadi is bringing, if there is no unity between the National Assembly and the executive, we have to fail, and we don't want to fail Nigerians, so that in 2027 we can do better. If the Northwest doesn't get it this time around, they could be able to get one maybe in future. They just finished a president for 8 years, and the rest of the region work for them. So they should look at it and look at the situation very well and consider the North Central, so that what happened under Saraki in 8th Assembly will not happen this time around. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Lukman, especially for your efforts to call back in again. Yes, Honorable, go ahead.
You see, really, Lukman, you have said the right thing. Now, let's look at it. We in the Northwest before, we have Tambuwal, we have Masari, we have Galina Abba. So, if you look at it that presently, what is happening is that we want to have a unified 10th Assembly. If we cannot be able to have a unified 10th Assembly, the government and the president-elect will have so many problems. how to make things happen to Nigeria. We want this country to change. We want this country to be unified. We want an engine room that can carry us to the right direction. And we have to elect our leaders. This is democracy. We should believe that there is a separation of powers between the executive, the judiciary, and also at the same time, the executive. In our own case, if the legislators are not cooperating with the executive, that is where the problem is. Now we want to cooperate with Ahmed Bola Tinubu government. How can we cooperate with the Ahmed Bola Tinubu government to make sure that Ahmed Bola Tinubu have succeeded to bring peace, unity, security, and other things that is happening, to change the economic position of our country, to make sure that unemployment level, poverty alleviation, and so on and so forth. Look at it. Look at our major road. For the past 8 years, we cannot be able to complete most of our major roads. Take from example, from Abuja to Kano, for almost, this is the 5th or 6th years that this road has been constructed. Most especially when you go to other states, you will find out that there is no connectivity between the states and state roads. This is what we want Tinubu to do, and this is what we want Tinubu to achieve. This is what we want Ahmed Tinubu government to succeed, so that APC will remain ruling this country for the next 20 to 24 years to come. That is what we are after. Not to sit down and think that when I zone this person or I give this appointment to this person, then I have done the right thing. No. In the National Assembly, you did the wrong thing, and that is wrong.
Now, here you are speaking, as you are speaking now, this is, this is the way you feel and you see it, and I don't imagine that you are alone. So there will always be people who see it differently. And by the way, you, as an honorable member now, you're from the Northwest, right? You're from the Northwest. There are, people are not happy. Well, some people are not happy also in the Senate. We're not talking about the Senate today, but Senator Orji Uzor Kalu has actually, signified his intention to still vie for the office. He's from the Southeast, as we all know, but he has signaled his intention to vie for the office nevertheless. So it just, for the moment, we're seeing the cons. Maybe when we hear from the pros, it might be a different story. But in the meantime, Mr. Agbaso has called in. Is that in Oweri? Good morning to you, sir, Mr. Agbaso.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Yes. Please go ahead now.
Good morning.
Yeah, just like you said, my name is Promise Agbaso. I'm calling from Oweri.
Okay.
I've been listening with keen interest, and I've been following up. But what I have to say is just very brief, because I don't want to waste your time. I think this is the best time for the Southeast, to be included in the scheme of things, because it will not be good that Nigerians are talking about their agitations from different geopolitical zones, and so to say, the tripod that holds this country, which is the three major ethnic groups, the Igbos, the Hausas, and the Yorubas, and this particular 10th assembly is where the Igbos, will be shown that they are part of Nigeria. What do I mean by that? By allowing them to produce either the Speaker of the 10th Assembly, or if that won't be possible, let them be given the opportunity to become the Senate President. Nothing should be less than that. Telling them to come and vie for a deputy Senate President or Deputy Speaker is completely out of it. Every good conscience, fairness, and justice person in this country will know that it is the time to allow these people who also form this part of tripod. Because I was taught in my university days that when you have a tripod and you remove one leg, only two will not allow it to stand firmly. It is only when you include the last leg that will make it tripod. So now what we have now is only tri. We don't have the tri yet. We don't have the three that made it the three major ethnic groups. So let the Igbos be allowed at least to vie for the Senate President or the Speaker House of Representatives. That is my humble submission. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Agbaso. You just said, he has said that he's not impressed. Important as the office is,
yes,
he's not impressed with the Deputy Senate President that has been zoned to the Southeast.
Actually, what I wanted to let him know is that we even agree that if the party said that, okay, we zone the Senate President to the south-south, also to the south entirely, then the speakership to the north. Then they call us in different zonal level. Then we sat down, we look at it at who is the right person to nominate for them. So instead of them to start appointing us a leader, which we don't know, who we don't think we have the impression that is going to carry the assembly to the right direction. We need a competency. We need somebody who believes that is fair and just. We need somebody who knows the rules of the legislation. We need somebody who knows that he has hold the position to make sure that he took this house to the right direction. As I always said, the right direction, because when you get somebody that cannot take us to the right direction, is always playing with our intelligence, it will not last. We are not his children. We are also elected. This is a leadership of equal.
You are actually implying that the nomination of the party, Tajuddin Abbas from Kaduna State, might actually not have these important aspects that you are talking about. Because if it did, there might not be an issue.
Then I doubt much, because they have never scrutinized.
He has not been scrutinized. Is that what you said?
Yes. Yes.
And so this is where your point of view that, look, if you had talked with us, instead of micro-zoning it, maybe we would have come up with what you would also join in thinking of as a consensus candidate for the zone. Because that is what it is being called. These people are being called consensus candidates that have emerged.
No. They did not discuss anybody. They did not discuss this matter with anybody, and they did not discuss it even those people that they are contesting this office.
I see. Okay. Let me check. Ugo is on the line from Benue, Otukpo. Ugo, good morning to you. What's your contribution?
My contribution is that, you see, Nigeria now, as of 1999, we are going back to 1999, when democracy started. Obasanjo came from the west. Atiku came from the northeast. So now, the Senate President comes from Enugu State, Ken Naman and Co, southeast. Why is it that this same zoning has come back again, and they are trying to thwart it? If you look at it now, you see that this thing is making people not trusting the democracy any longer. That is why some people are yearning for different directions. Everywhere there is confusion. Things should be done the way it should be done. The Northwest, which we all know, where President Muhammad Buhari emerged from, have gone into power and they have stepped down. The Northeast presented us with the vice president. The Southwest gave us the presidency. South-South was the former deputy Senate president. Where is the Southeast? None. Like, when we do things the way it should be done so that people will appreciate democracy in this country. We are seeing democracy as a method of cheating. That is why people don't come out to vote. People see it already. They have concluded on what they want to do. So why disturb their business? I will tell you the truth. If you say they should contest people that doesn't want people to vote, with the highest number of people will turn out, they don't want voting. Let them continue their business, and people should do that their own business there. But my suggestion is, my honorable leader from the House, if you look at Nigeria as it is today, you will find out that some of us who are on the grassroots are being matched by the elephants, you people elephants. We don't want our head to come outside and contribute or vote in democracy. Sometimes, if you look at this country, somebody seeking for a job, you will say somebody with experience. How can you have experience when you have not worked? It is not you work, you have experience. But our country is only the one that's why people are running overseas, everybody. So, my honorable leader, I am recommending you that you look into this matter. It is not matter the journey that voted for the amendment of Ashwadi Tinubu. Some of us were beaten in the South because we voted for him. Bomb was black, and we were beaten for that and we had injury. But we did, I like to be better. But what we are saying here is things to be balanced.
Okay, one moment, please. Let me just ask you a very brief question. what part do you think numbers play in all of this? The contributions, shall we say, of each zone to the victory of APC at the presidential? Because that has been brought up.
Actually, the contribution of the zones to the victory of the president, not when they became the highest vote. We will know that. Not to the thousand. Not West brought another vote. We the Southerners, we know we never gave much. But what we are saying is that those little ones that supported him, you should consider them very well, so that others will know that where there is nothing, there is something. From there, they will see this. Democracy is all about the people.
All right.
You convince the people to move.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
I get you. Thank you very much for calling in. Honorable Bashir, I have very few more, just about a couple of more minutes to go. But, you know, that gentleman, he said, well, they might not have contributed as much as all of that, but still, for things to go on well, is why he thinks a very, very high principal office should come to the Southeast.
Well, I thank God that I heard the president-elect was saying that he's going to rule that the way and manner that the former president, the late President Erdogan led this country. And I believe that he's going to do the right thing. When Erdogan came into power, you have seen he took Nigeria as Nigeria is his project, not a sectional project. So if you want to carry this country along, you are supposed to take a Nigeria project as a one Nigeria. No difference of any tribe, religion, or sectionalism of this. Now, the major problem that now the National Working Committee of the APC is trying to bring is that they are trying to bring problem that some of the areas has already been marginalized. Yes, agreed. The southwest has already, the east has already been marginalized already. Everybody knew that. And at the same time, when you look at it, that is why we are emphasizing, we are insisting that they should allow the National Assembly to lead, to choose their leaders who are going to lead them. That will not bring up all this issue of marginalization in the National Assembly and whatsoever. And this is a constitutional issue. It is not an issue of so many 20 to 30 people to sit down and decide and appoint. No. It's not. It's wrong.
Okay.
It's wrong.
Well,
we are not.
Honorable.
We are not going to. We are going to. Inshallah, we are going to elect our leader, and who is going to help President Bola Tinubu to achieve his goals for Nigerians.
Thank you very much. We're going to have to leave it there, but I want to thank you very much, Honorable Bashir Zubairu Usman of the House of Representatives, for coming on the program this morning. We've run out of time. This is one view from the prism within the ruling party. There will be others, of course, that see it differently. So I suspect that we still have to do another program so that we can get some sort of a balance to, you know, just see what the thinking is within the party. Thank you very much for contributing your view for us this morning.
This is a view of so many people, because I know I'm working with so many. Before I came here, I have discussed so much with so many people about this matter, and they have given me their input. And let me tell you, we are over 180.
Yes, sir, but it's not the view of the National Working Committee. That's the point I was making. That's the only point I was making.
Well, the view of the National Committee is their own view. And our own people who have been elected from the various political parties, this is our view. Those who are going to lead, those who are going to legislate for Nigerians.
Thank you very much once more.
And we are expecting, and we are advising, we want to call on the National Working Committee of our great party, the ruling party, and to please withdraw that statement and allow us to do the right thing for Nigeria and Nigerians. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much. That's our program. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folarin. Bye-bye for now.
Consultation.
Never miss a moment. Instant breaking news from all over the globe. Live streaming of your favorite programs delivered directly to you. Watch anytime from anywhere on your mobile or smart devices. Download the TVC News app today. Available on Google Play and Apple Store.
When shippers groan under the weight of ceaseless charges that tend to throw them off balance in the sector, Nigerian Shippers Council promptly comes to their rescue.
We know that we are achieving something.
Today, you now have a regulator.
To get justice done without the money for any charges.
It's Tidbit, the world's biggest container ship and the first to break the 24,000 TEU mark.
Allah Inland Dry Port is born again. Finally, the Eagle has landed.
It is initiatives like this that we want to encourage.
Join us for a smooth sail on your favorite maritime program, The Shipper, brought to you by Nigerian Shippers Council, Nigeria's port economic regulator.
Keep up with innovative, revealing, and groundbreaking happenings in the world of brands and brand builders in Nigeria and across the globe. Mingle with people and brands that make the cut and the personalities that keep reinventing the trends and traditions in the marketing world. All an exciting one-stop shop for marketing vibes. Marketing Edge on TV. You're always right on time with the right people and movers and shakers of the world of marketing as they share their views and ideas on the business and challenges of advertising, corporate affairs, media strategy, and the unfolding exciting world of digital marketing. Join the trendsetters and key decision makers as they shape opinions and project into the future of the marketing landscape for 30 exhilarating minutes on this channel. Stay ahead, be thrilled to beat, be marketing savvy with Marketing Edge on TV. Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Hello there. It's a brand new quarter and your favorite TV program, CAC Weekly, is about to unveil new innovations fresh from the Nigerian Company Registry. Now, have you heard of the Extensible Business Reporting Language XBRL standard for filing of electronic financial statements? Do you also know that there's so much that you can do on your own on the company's registration portal, CRP, from the comfort of your home or your office? Because the CRP offers end-to-end electronic registration solution for accredited customers and the general public to initiate and complete pre-registration and post-registration applications electronically, online filing of annual returns, online registration of limited liability partnership and limited partnership. See you there.
Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia, January 15, 1929. The son of a Baptist minister, King received a doctorate degree in theology and in 1955 helped organize the first major protest of the African-American civil rights movement, the successful Montgomery bus boycott. King participated in and led marches for the right to vote, desegregation, labor rights, and other civil rights. He advocated civil disobedience and nonviolent opposition against segregation in the South, influenced by Mahatma Gandhi. The peaceful protests he led throughout the American South were often met with violence. Nonetheless, Dr. King and his supporters were persistent and the movement gained momentum. Dr. King was a powerful orator. He appealed to
Hello and welcome to the Midday News. Let's begin in the nation's capital, where another day of legal fireworks continue at the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal. At the resumed hearing of the tribunal sitting at the Court of Appeal, Abuja, the pre-hearing and the petition filed by the Allied People's Movement was adjourned to the 11th of May. Chairman of the panel, Justice Haruna Samani, who adjourned the petition, asked parties to draw out the issues for determination.